Hey, welcome back to the Nets, guys, your one stop channel for scores, predictions, games, analysis, and transfer news. So, today's topic was something that needed a significant amount of digging from me. I was wanting to talk about IPL and the impact it is having around the world to all the cricketing nations. So, you might see me going back and forth a little bit trying to read out. I wanted to give the exact numbers that are out there. So, currently, what is happening is since 2015 it is believed that IPL is contributing around 160 million to India's GDP. Now with those numbers that high, it was obvious that BCCI would try to put its foot down and try to make the IPL 13 happen in spite of COVID, um, in spite of COVID being around. Now, one of the things that I see that all the other experts and all the other panelists and YouTubers have been complaining about is uh, BCCI put their foot down to make sure that the World Cup didn't happen, but IPL does happen and it gets a significant uh, coverage, and there is a special dedicated window for IPL to be conducted in the way it always has been. So, what we forget right now is BCCI or IPL is currently a $6.7 billion industry. With that being said, it's a 6.7 billion US dollars. So, when you look at those amounts and when you convert it into rupees, it's the numbers are sky high. They are like, you cannot really put your numbers wrapped around it. But how does this help the other countries? So, as per the laws that BCCI and the ICC has set for the IPL, it is believed that anytime an international and overseas player is purchased by a team, by a franchisee, IPL franchisee, 10% of the revenue is given to that country's panel, the country's cricketing board from the franchisee, and additional 10% is given to them by BCCI. Now, again, if you look at it, 20% is massive for countries like Bangladesh or countries like Afghanistan or Nepal, South Africa, New Zealand. These numbers are massive, they are high. So, that is just the financial aspect of it. Besides that, you're also supporting companies or industries like the police force for the security of these players, the merchandise that is sold all over the world. Teams wearing, like, I'm pretty sure Pollard is a big name, or there are these players, AB de Villiers, who are huge in. They are basically T20 consultants, as I would put them. They go all over the world and play all these games. They make tons of, they generate tons of revenue just by selling their merchandise. Then there is the transport system that does get significant money from franchisees for transporting these players from one venue to the other. Hotel, tourism, all these industries do get a significant cut and they make money. Besides that, what it has also given, which we tend to overlook, is currently in the current version of IPL, there are 12 Indian umpires and 4 from the international elite panel. So you are also looking at these umpires who are getting trained to perform on the highest stage. Currently, there is Chris Gaffney from New Zealand, Paul Rifle from Australia, and then the two English umpires, Richard Illingworth and Michael Goff. The things that an umpire could probably learn from these elite panel umpires, that is something that we don't really look into. We always focus on the players, but these umpires, I'm pretty sure, are gaining a lot. Then there are these 5 Indian match referees who have not represented India in any internationals besides Javgal Srinath. These guys are officiating these games. So that is something that is good. We tend to overlook the how we can probably be using technology in various forms. So, for instance, in this IPL, the no ball is taken over by the third umpire, which is something that ICC can probably look into. That saves us some time and stoppages in the game. That is something that, it's also a beta version testing that is done in the IPL. Besides that, the biggest aspect is the finances that get generated. Now we know that there are over 200 players by these seven franchisees that are making money. They're making significant money. Not all these players will be playing for India in the international stage. So, where do these players get their revenue from? IPL is an amazing platform for players because finances, let's be honest, finances are important. Everybody needs money. So the fact that these guys get a chance to perform, they get the money, and then it's basically running their house. So that is another massive aspect of IPL. The other thing that we tend to oversee is once the IPL is done, the stadium's infrastructure goes up again. BCCI is investing the money generated by these this tournament into investing more in the stadium, so getting the infrastructure up, which is in turn helping the players who are playing in those stadiums for Ranji games or any domestic games. So that is, you're basically taking the infrastructure a little bit higher every single time you are having an IPL game or an IPL season. That is helping generate more and more players. So if you notice in the last 10 years, ever since IPL has come in, we have got a brigade of fast bowlers. We have started getting fast bowlers. We India as a team is starting to be a force on the world arena. We have started performing in South Africa, winning test matches in Australia. Uh, we haven't won any in New Zealand, but that will change as well. But we can see these differences happening. India has started generating finishers. So, for instance, players who are knocking on the ICC's doors right now, and I'll just go through a brief few of them. There's Padikkal, there's Mayank, there is Tewatia, there has been Tripatis, and just on the bowling front, you have Bishnoi, you have Saini, Siraj, Rahul Chahar, and Ishan Kishan. All these players are knocking on the international doors, and I think all these players became big names since we have started seeing IPL. So I feel that it's not just India that is getting benefited by the IPL. Cricket as itself is going up a level just because of the IPL. It's reviving careers, it's reviving stadiums, financially supporting players. Uh, we are starting to look at local organizations, domestic organizations trying to expand the size of the stadiums to accommodate more spectators just because the ticket revenue itself, I think last year 125 crores was generated by Mumbai Indians just by sale of tickets and the add-ons that go along with it. So huge numbers, and I do not see why BCCI would be trying to put a stop to this in any time future. So people who are jealous of BCCI, carry on. BCCI is a significant force, and the numbers speak for itself. All right, that's all that I have for today. So guys, if you like my channel, please do hit the like button. Please do hit the subscribe button. Let everybody know. Give me a shout out once in a while, and we will talk shortly again. Thank you.